Uh, yeah, we need to fix that.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
Hello and welcome back to another video about how to transform a structure that is naturally generated in Minecraft. So as you can see, I found like a nice looking fortress right here, kinda compact, and I just wanted to try and find a way to make it more like accessible, more good looking to the eye, because as you can see, when you come into the Nether, those fortresses are almost invisible. Like you can see those big blocks, but there's like nothing to look at. It's not pleasing to the eye, it's really dark, it's scary though, but we can make it still scary with some more colors. So that's why I chose for the gray colors right here, and I tried to find a way to design the walls. And this is one of the designs that I came across, and I tried to copy paste everything on the whole wall that is right here. So as you might know, in this video, in this build, I tried loads of different designs, loads of different things, and I played around with the structure that was already here. So when there's like a big square, I want to build a tower on it. If there is like a big pathway, I want to build a pathway with maybe a house on top of it. So that's mainly what you're gonna see in this tutorial. You're gonna see me trying to build and figure things out, trying some different designs. And as I saw the video, I was like, "Gree, that's a little bit dull. It's a color that is like not really pleasing to the eye. It's boring. That's the word. It's kind of boring." But as the video came through, as it progresses, as I progress the build, I encountered that the gray color actually really fits with the Nether, because you want to make scary, lifeless and stuff, and a little bit like pleasing to the eye as well. And that's what happened here. I tried to add some light, some glowstone and some different shapes, so that when you walk across those bridges, and some heights by the way, because the heights are already here and I play with those, but once you walk on those bridges and you look up or down and stuff, everywhere where you walk you'll be like, whoa, those structures are immersive, they are so pleasing, they are so detailed. And that's what I wanted to accomplish by still getting the scary feeling. So now I'm just copy pasting a lot of things on the old building, because obviously it's a really long building, and if I wouldn't do that, it would take me way too long. So as you can see, I copy pasted 3 of those towers, but I changed one by adding a roof on top of it. Because obviously if you see one building that is repetitive like 5 times, it wouldn't be pleasing to the eye and you wouldn't want to look at it anymore. So by changing a little bit of details on top of those, even if it's like a little detail, it triggers actually your eye to look in a different way at it. Those are the dead points that I use for creativity, because you don't want to walk towards something when there's like a dead end. So what I wanted to do is add some different buildings on top of it, like houses and stuff. But so far I just added like some little templates, because I didn't really know what to do with the whole building yet. So I didn't want to work on something really a lot on something, because otherwise I would throw the work later away. So I just want to have like an overall oversight on how it looked like. As you can see, I just added like some lights on the pillars as well. That's because of the immersive feeling. The Nether is really dark itself, so once you add some lights, you will get like some really good light effects. And as you might know, in the Nether it's never day or never night, so it always stays the same. And that's why you get like those little details and depth feeling of those lights, and that's what I try to accomplish there. As you can see, I'm sometimes just closing some gaps, but I'm still using the natural buildings, but I don't want to mess too much with those. and destroy some parts or add some parts to it. Right here you can see me removing most of the lights because I thought there were like too much of them, and was also hiding like the color of the natural building behind it. We still built some things against it or on top of it, but I still want to see that the natural building was standing there, and that's why I still leave some gaps sometimes, and I just don't replace everything with some cobblestone or some bricks. And here I decided to add like the entrance because I thought it was like a good place to enter the fortress itself. Where you have elevations, you have stairs, and obviously those stairs were already standing, but we needed to find a kind of design to be able to climb up those. And I kind of found one, but I was just like hopping everywhere on all those buildings, fixing stuff, adding some little parts, because I still didn't have like a clear idea what it would end up with. I did know that this house was standing really good at this spot because it was like a crossing path, and we have a little nice design of that house. It's simple, but just like the design is kind of nice to look at. And I added as well those two little houses on top of the stairs, and right now it doesn't really look good, but later it will really look good when we build the fortress later on. So it will get even more impressive later on, because now we just have like the little simple things, just adding some little parts everywhere, and clearly it's not really looking good yet in my opinion, but it will when you add like some really important structures and some different parts of that thing where you can walk on and get like that immersive and adventure feeling when you come and walk into those fortresses. Because I think that when you walk into this fortress, like the blank one, you don't really have a lot to see. All you have to do is just walk inside of those, find some blazes, get some blaze rods, and that's it. And you usually like lose yourself inside of it because everything looks the same. But now not everything looks the same. Now when you look at it, you're like, hey, I can go here and I can go there and there. And here I just added like some glowstone on the roof because it was looking quite good in my opinion, because it's a really important place, right? So this is the really big room where we can build actually a lot of things. So I was like, let's build the main building on top of it. So I was just looking around and I used the thing in my favor. So you see that little gap in the middle, big gap I mean. I will use that later and you'll see why. So I decided to add some different levels, because once you add different levels to buildings, it's more pleasing. That's all about that. Different levels, different designs, not a square, some squares, some rounds and things, and then clipping into each other always make a good building to look at, because you will always get something good other than building just a square with some details on it. So yeah, I just built like a big house on top of it, but right now it doesn't look like the main building yet, because I still need to add some big details and it will be really good to look at. As you can see, like the round that you saw in the middle, the gap, that's what I'm trying to build right here. I try to make it a round, to make it important looking, but I used the quartz in the first case, but I thought it was a little bit too wide, so I decided to remove it and replace it with some brick stairs and slabs, because otherwise it would be like, nah, it just doesn't look good in the nether quartz, unfortunately. It depends on what kind of building you make. And as you can see, I used the paints to simulate some fire, some red fire, and that's what makes this little part really important. If you would be able to look in the gap in there, there would be lava, so it's like a death pit. You can throw things in it or people and stuff, so it's really scary and darkish. Right here is the most important part of this building. I'm using lava, but in front of the lava I'm using stairs and slabs to make like some different shapes and make it look like it's like a kind of text or something like that. But it looks really good because you can see the lava flowing through it, but it makes a lot of lights as well, and it makes the building look really good and stand out. And once the building was done and I knew the shape, I just wanted to fill in the gaps, add the details, finish the roof, And as you can see, it's already looking quite amazing when you look at that point. So it's a great view, it's open, and that's what we want. You can look from beneath it, from the bird's eye view, or just in the middle of it. So everywhere where you walk on and you look at this building, you'll be like, damn, this looks so good. And once I built this building, I just couldn't stop adding details. I couldn't stop thinking about different things. So it was a great inspiration once I built a thing, because once you start building like some different shapes and stuff, you get so much creativity on what you can place on big thing. As you can see there, you can place like some immersive things like lava flowing through it, or big lights, or big windows, which makes the building really important. That's why the building is so big. And as you can see, it's already looking like a fortress, really a fortress, like walls and towers and a main building, but in the Nether, looking scary with different levels. So it's still like, when you think about it, it's still like a labyrinth. You still have to find your ways through it to get like on that particular level, but that's the fun thing about it. Now you actually want to get to that level, you actually want to get there, you actually want to get on top of the tower and see if there's like a treasure on top of it. So you could make like an adventure map on it, and I'm thinking about getting like a download for it later on. But like I said, it's a really big building and I really didn't have the time to finish it all up. So this is the biggest part. I finished it all up, and yeah, I just had some more lights on the roof. But that's it, guys. I want to continue building this, but I can only do that if you leave that like and you show me the support, because it was such a big work. I think I worked in total like 10 hours on just this part of the building. You might say it's not a lot, but for me it's a lot because I'm doing a lot of things around it. So yeah, I just want to add so much more things, like farms or blacksmith, a pathway, some more stairs, more details. And yeah, if you do like it, those are inspirations. As you can see, the Nether portal, we can build something really interesting there. Those pathways are not detailed yet. This house is still not detailed yet. We have a lot of pathways to finish a lot of things to this building. And I can only do that if you show me the support, guys, and I will surely do a part 2 and it will be great. I promise you that. So if you did like this video, don't forget to leave that like, comment and subscribe obviously if you're new, because it means a whole lot for me. Thank you for watching until this part of the video. That sounded really French, I guess. And I'll see you the next time, guys. Goodbye. Stay awesome.
Because a vision softly creeping left its scenes while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence.